Hey everybody, this is Buzz the Noob, and welcome on back to my channel. I appreciate you guys coming out to check me out and listen to my thoughts and feedback on what's been going on in Blizzard this week. This is my second weekly news video. Didn't put one out last week. There wasn't a lot to talk about, so didn't want to waste your time or my time on doing that. But this week there is some big stuff to talk about. First things we want to talk about is what's been going on with the alpha. So in the alpha, there's been some changes and clarifications over to the Protection Paladin stuff, and that is that we did get a buff to Word of Glory. Instead of 200% heal, it's going to be 225%. So not massive or game changing, game altering or anything like that. And I think it's more directed towards Holy anyways than us, but since everybody has a spell now, we all get that buff, which is kind of nice. So there was a clarification to how Blessings of the Seasons going to work. So if you're not familiar with it, that is your Night Fae Covenant ability. And you've got 4 seasons you cycle through, and each season gives you a different buff. You a different buff. So with that, they kind of clarified how that's supposed to work. So instead of having to push the button every 15 seconds, which is when the ability comes off to cycle your seasons and get your buff, the buff lasts the whole 60 seconds. So if you like Blessing of Summer, right? That's the one we want to be in. I don't know. I'm not looking at the ability, so I don't know what we're supposed to be doing on that right now. But say that's the one we want to be in most of the time. So you can be in Blessing of the Summer, hit that ability, let it do the whole 60-second buff, and you go into Blessing of Fall. That only let you can hit that after 15 seconds. Blessing of Winter, Blessing of Spring, get back into Blessing of Summer for you full 60 seconds. So instead of pushing it every 15 seconds, so you're pushing it 4 times in a minute, you can be pushing it 4 times in a minute and a half or something like that, minute 45. So maybe even longer, because there may be 2 of those blessings we really want to be in for a while. It's going to be an interesting ability. I can't wait to see it. That's going to be fun. Ashen Hollow also was changed. Its tuning still far off right now is what they're saying. Actually, per Wowhead, this is from a blue post that I found on Wowhead. Ashen Hollow was pretty recently iterated upon, and its tuning might be pretty far off. Increasing value or reducing cooldown could both be options there, although increasing value might be preferable because the visual is so enormous. Also, long cooldown is a better contrast to the other Paladin options. Alright, so I don't know what they're going to do there in the long run. We'll find out. All right, so there's going to be a big elephant in the room, right? If you guys haven't heard, Torghast, the Tower of the Dam, the Endless Tower, that's one of the key features of Shadowlands, it's now gotten basically a soft timer. I'm not going to call it a hard timer because it's not actually going to sit there and tick on your screen or anything like that. It's not going to be like, you have 5 minutes to finish this floor. No, that's not what's happening. So if that's what you thought's happening, you've been misinformed. I'm sorry. However, what is happening is you're getting a soft timer. And soft timer, just like a soft enrage on a boss, is something that won't necessarily kill you outright, but probably will kill your run if you don't get through the timer fast enough. So, first off, there are 2 ways to stop the timer. 1, you sit at the entrance of the new floor you're in, and until you start combat, the timer doesn't start. Okay? 2, you kill everything on the floor, including any mini-boss at the end, and then you can go back and explore, and the timer doesn't keep going, and even if it did, well, there's a couple that it would affect, but even if it's not going to really affect you anymore, because once you move on to your next floor, your timer resets. Alright, so let's take a look at those debuffs that are going to be coming out. So, again, thank you, Wowhead, for your wonderful work that you do. So the items that we have Torment, Might of the Upper Reaches, okay? And this one is a physical damage dot. You're going to take increased physical damage by 1% every 60 seconds, okay? Not too bad as a tank. I don't think that's not going to affect us as tanks very much. So my target audience, you guys. And so keep that in mind. Torment, Mortiger's Echoes. I'm going to butcher these names. I love them. This one is a magic damage one every 60 seconds, just like Might of the Upper Reaches. So this one's going to be a lot more painful for the tanks, as we don't have great ways to deal with magic damage. Actually, this one's probably, to me, sounds like the worst one out of all of them. Breath of the Cold Heart. Decrease target damage done by 1% every 2 minutes. So at least that's not stacking as fast. Fracturing Forces. Fracture Chamber seeks out new prey, calling forth a Moss-Sworn Shade Stalker every 30 seconds while you're not in combat. These minions have 20% increased health, and this effect stacks. Then you've got Torment Eye of Skuldist. Skuldist's eye is upon the target, calling forth a Moss-Sworn Seeker every 45 seconds while the target is not in combat. These minions have 10% increased health. This effect stacks. And then Torment Soulforge Heat. Oppressive Heat from the Soulforge inflicts 1% of the target's maximum health and fire damage every 5 seconds. This effect stacks. Obviously, some of those just aren't real balanced right now. Alright? And I don't think the Soulforge Heat, 1% of the target's maximum health and fire damage every 5 seconds, if that's going to stack, so that becomes 2 every 5 seconds and then 3, and that's going to get ridiculous really fast, and you're not going to be able to clear a floor at all with that on you. You're just not. So that one's obviously not balanced. I don't think that's going to go live. I think that's probably a screw up either on data mining or how they did it. There's no way that's going to go live. If that stacks 1% every 5 seconds, and then that 1% becomes 2% every 5 seconds, and you see how that's going to cascade really fast. There's also one more thing. So Torghast also got split into groups of 6 floors, I believe. And so every on your floor runs, the tower's not really endless at this point. So you'll go in and you'll do floors 1 to 7 floors. Floors 1 to 7, clear out the mini boss, and then you can restart Torghast on floor 8. Okay? And then it'll be 8 to, the next 7, and blah, 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 blah. What's also going to happen is that these effects stack. So Torment Might of the Upper Reaches, which is 1% on that first floor, is going to be 2% on the next floor, and 3% on the other floor, and etc., etc. That's going to be a lot. And that's going to get real crazy real fast again. So that's where the timer comes in. None of these effects are there until the 13th floor, I believe it is. So keep that in mind. So like you go in and you do your first 6 floors, 7 floors, whatever. It's not going to affect you at all. You come in and get into the next group, it's not going to affect you at all. Yeah, it's 6 because the first 2 runs you don't have to worry about it. So when you get to the 13th floor, you start your 3rd run. Then that's when these start stacking into you, right? There's been a lot of people already criticizing, saying this is going to just kill it. It's done. It can't happen like this. And I don't disagree entirely. I said entirely. Now, the purpose of this is to keep people from sitting there and playing wait for hero, especially once you're up into floor 80 or whatever, some stupid floor like that. And you're pushing the absolute top at the top, right? And you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I gotta wait for hero because I can't attack this tank. That's not what we're supposed to be doing, man. I don't know how that could be fun for anybody. I'm sure it's fun for somebody. I'm not going to say it's not, but I don't see how it could be fun. I really don't. So what they did is take a sledgehammer, big old double gang, beefy sledgehammer, to a problem that needed a surgical scalpel. And Blizzard's good at that. They do that all the time. I mean, it's not like... Honestly, nobody was really surprised that there's some kind of timer in here. They kind of told Tally they were looking at that a couple weeks ago. But, yeah. It is what it is. Right now, I think it's too early for us to just say, we don't like this because we don't like this, and it's not going to be fun. And Blizzard has point blank said, if that's your response, we're just going to ignore you. So, for those of you who are in the alpha, please send feedback on why this isn't fun, why it's annoying. We need to give them good feedback. I could see it being annoying because, man, I want to do this and I want to run with my group, but man, I don't want to set aside time like I do for my Mythic Pluses or my raids where I can't go do anything else. Like if I need to get up and go take care of laundry or something, the kid starts screaming. I feel bad because I had to stop, right? And Torghast, I think, should be more focused around real world stuff like that, and that's how I think it could feel bad. You know, because if you're on a high end floor and it's like, man, I got to get up and my kid's over, oh my god, you know, screaming about something, we need to take care of that. So that's the kind of feedback they're looking for. Also, one thing they also said with the Preach interview, if you guys saw that with Morgan Day, they are going to have every class who can get into Torghast is going to start cycling through all the Covenant abilities that we have available. There's a couple holes he specifically talked about. I don't remember them. I will probably not link Preach's interview down below, but you guys can definitely Google that and find it when you're done. When you're done with this video, please. And so that's going to be fun. We did get clarification that we will be getting legendaries and that we should have legendaries for Castle Nathria when the first raid of the expansion, when it comes out. We should have our one legendary that we can wear to begin with out of that time. So yeah, a lot of good stuff came out, lots of good interviews. Ian did another interview. Morgan Day did a wonderful interview with Preach. Definitely recommend checking that out. I'll be linking the Wowhead articles I showed up on screen down below. Again, guys, please, if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe down below as well. And also, I Twitch. I'll have my Twitch account linked below. You guys can follow me there. And watch that on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays when I stream. 8 to 10 Central. I have been doing some raiding, and so I'm actually streaming on Wednesdays too, because that's one of our raid nights. So you guys can watch me raid on Wednesday and Thursday nights. It starts earlier, so it's like 6:30 Central, and so just keep that in mind. If you want to come watch that, come laugh at how bad we're doing or how good we're doing, depending on your point of view. We're a new guild. We've been around for like 3 weeks now, and we are 10 of 12 normal and 3 of 12 heroic. So come check us out. Really appreciate all the support, everything you guys do, and stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks.